I'm gonna do my most requested video, an animal tour of all of my pets in my pet room and all of their stuff and all of that. So let's get started. Start off with my husband and I live in an apartment at the moment, but we are actually currently looking at houses to buy. So my animals are in the middle of my living room. There's my main cage over there. Excuse the beer bottle. So yeah, I just wanted to share where my animals were. First off, I'm gonna answer another one of my questions. People ask me what my favorite animal is that I have in my home, and that would be my beautiful dog, Fina. She's a Maltipoo and she is 10 years old. I've had her since she was 5 months old. She was a rescue. She was literally like the tiniest, cutest little cotton ball ever. I will insert a picture for you to see. Yeah, like look at how cute she was. Literally the freaking cutest puppy I've ever seen, and I'm not just saying that because she's mine, like really. Then my second favorite animal that I own would be my very chunky Potato. Oh, hello, Potato. This is Honeydew. Please ignore her messy cage. It needs to be cleaned. Guinea pigs are messy. She is living on her own because she's very aggressive. I have tried bonding her with many guinea pigs, and she just doesn't want any of it. She's a pretty sweet girl. She likes to be pet and handled and loves her hay. This is her cage. This is a Midwest cage. As bedding, I use fleece. This is all of Honeydew stuff. Here's her favorite bed, blankets, her food, and as much fleece as she could possibly need. That's the dirty fleece bucket. Then we have her pee pads that I put on the bottom of her cage and in her hay box. But yeah, she's a really good guinea pig, other than being aggressive towards other guinea pigs, but that's okay. Some guinea pigs just want to live alone. But if you're thinking about getting a guinea pig, make sure you do tons of research and get 2 guinea pigs, because the chances of your guinea pig being aggressive are like this big. So just make sure you do your research. Here we have Raspberry. She is my female crested gecko. Here she is, very beautiful. She should be laying eggs here soon. I have her lay box in there. As you can see, it's full of peat moss. She is a red Dalmatian crested gecko. Crested geckos are like super amazing first time pets. They're super easy to take care of. They're really fun. They're really cool and exotic. I mist her cage twice a day. Up here we have all of the food supplies. I hand feed Raspberry because she doesn't like to eat on her own, so I just kind of like hold it by her mouth and she eats it. This is her favorite food. This is Pangea. This is banana and papaya. I also have fig and insect and then insect mix. Yeah, so that's what she eats. Then over here we have Sherbert. He is my newly acquired male crested gecko. I'm not gonna get him out because he really has not been socialized. But there he is. He is some sort of Dalmatian. I'm not really exactly sure his color pattern. They didn't know. I got him at Repticon. He's supposedly 4 years old, but he is very antisocial. He has not had any handling or anything, so I'm working on that. Yeah. And he gets the same food as Raspberry does. And at the moment, he's getting a little bit of calcium because his calcium sacs are like non-existent, which isn't good. And I also sometimes add a little bit of bee pollen in his food. This increases their appetite, which is really good. And if he gets too skinny, we have ReptiBoost here. This increases appetite and boosts their immune system, which is really nice. And I also forgot to mention my Crested geckos cages are bioactive, which means I have bugs in there that eat their poop. My bug of choice are mealworms. I actually breed my own mealworms. I have a whole colony in here. There's fruit, vegetables and fruit in there for them to get moisture. Let's see if we can see any. See, look, there's one there, and there's a beetle here. So yeah, they're thriving in there very well. Okay, so now we're on to my Texas rat snake. I won't have her for very much longer. She's a rescue. She's going to be going to somebody that collects rat snakes and works with rescued rat snakes. She is a very defensive snake. She was kept in a 20-gallon tank. Here she was before I got her. I could not believe how they were keeping this poor baby. So yeah, this is what she was kept in before. Duct tape shut. Only opened for feedings. She had no bedding, no hides, no nothing. She had a bowl of water. That was it. Poor baby. I assume that she was taken out of the wild and just put into a tank so somebody could say that they had a snake. Her conditions were horrible. It was very sad. But she lives in a 55-gallon tank at the moment and gets 2 adult mice a week. One in the weekend and one in the beginning of the week. But soon, like I said, I will be getting a diadem rat snake. We are trading. His name is Cliff, but I will be renaming him Walnut. And yeah, so that will be exciting. So stay tuned for that. She has a heating pad under here and a heat lamp up here. And this blanket is just for extra security since she was not taken care of properly. She is pretty terrified of people. I have to put gloves on when I go in her cage because she bites me and she also musks a lot, which means snakes have scent glands, and when they feel threatened, they will make a really stinky smell and poop on you. So that's what she does. Moving on to my last animals that I have. In here I have my 2 female breeder mice. I have 2 other females, but they're not quite old enough to breed yet. And here we have Sugar, and she has 10 baby mice. They are about 2 weeks old. Their eyes are just starting to open, and I just was able to sex them. There's 6 boys. And one of them was a runt, so I can't really tell yet, but I think it's a boy, I'm not sure. And then there's 3 girls. And then here we have Mama Lily, and she has 16 little tiny jelly beans. They're literally the cutest things. Look at those little jelly beans. Most people think that you can't touch baby mice or baby rabbits or baby birds and the mom won't come back. That is incorrect. If your mother mouse trusts you enough, you can touch her babies. She will look after them. She won't reject them. Same for wild rabbits or wild birds. Just leave them alone. But if you have to touch them, the mother will come back. Over here we have the main colony tank. They're all sleeping right now, so you won't see any mice, but I have their holes set up. Ignore that dirty wheel. That happens overnight. They're super, super messy. I made these. There are a bunch of feeder mice in here for the snake. And then there's my 1 male breeder. His name is Jack. He's the sweetest mouse that I have. And then I have 2 other females in here, Petals and Violet. Those were Lily's babies, 2 of her babies, and they're going to become breeders. And don't worry about inbreeding mice. Inbreeding is not an issue. It's basically non-existent. You know, incest is completely normal for mice, so don't worry about that. My mice have a pretty big variety of a diet. They get oatmeal daily. They get wild harvest. I've heard mixed reviews on this. I have not had any issues with it. It's just the brand you get at Walmart. It's literally like almost like $3 for this whole box. And other brands are like $15. They're just breeder mice, so it's like not that big of a deal. And I have not had any issues with this food. They don't really eat it that much anyways. They eat their other food. This is the seed mix that they get. They absolutely love this. And they get fruits and veggies. Not very often, because that can lead to diarrhea. And diarrhea in mice or any rodent is not good. So they don't get that very often. They get veggies more than fruit, because fruit really causes diarrhea. But yeah. I also forgot to tell you what Honeydew's diet is. Excuse my throat. She gets fresh hay 24/7. This is her hay box. She likes to sit in there and just kind of, you know, chill in her hay. She does get pellets. I do not restrict her on pellets because she doesn't eat very many pellets. She mainly sticks to hay, which is 80% of a guinea pig's diet. And then she gets fruits and veggies more than once a week. It's highly recommended to give your guinea pig veggies at least 3 times a week. So yeah. And she also gets rosewood garden salad mix. I also sprinkle that in all of the mice's cage because they love that stuff. I hope you guys are satisfied. Sorry that this video took me so long to make. Yeah, those are my pets. And if you have any questions, just go ahead and ask. Feel free to ask. I will try to get to your questions. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed.